Hi everyone, it's Sean from STK Markets here today. We're giving an update on the shares we've recommended from last year. Bit of a confession session. The markets have been very, very weak of late. So we're just touching base on all the investments, as I said, that would put people into. Firstly, this morning we've got Eurise. We've got Justin Peters, chairman of Eurise, sitting down with us today. We've got 4 questions. We're going to do a much bigger interview in about 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time. But today we're just going to have some quick questions, just making sure that our investment's safe and that everything's okay. So, hi, Justin, how are you?
Great, Sean, and thanks for the chance to actually have a quick chat with you, and I'm looking forward to the much more in-depth one in the very near future.
Me too, looking forward to that as well. A lot of clients have been asking me how Eurise is going. Are we safe? I know you've mentioned previously when we last spoke in front of people that you've had some finance organised. The project's going to FID. It should be soon. There's a lot happening in the background. Can you just let us know if everything's still on track?
It's funny, Sean. When I say it's funny, the project's going really, really well. We're in the most exciting phase that we've been in for 7 years. We've said many times that we're getting very, very close and that we're getting close to delivering on the big major issues, strategic partner, funding, etc. We've never been closer, and we've said this. We've been looking for a strategic partner for sort of 6 to 12 months. We've been dealing and negotiating with many of them over that period of time, and it is coming to the pointy end now. It's been a long time, and when I say funny before, what's interesting is that our share price is struggling at the moment. No one can question that, and yet we are the closest we have ever been to getting this project pretty well home, and that is that we have a partner who has the capacity and the ability to actually work with us on the urea food market, where funding is getting very close. There are so many issues now that are nearly there that it's just a case of patience, and for us, sitting out a nervous period of time, getting what we need to have finished to get this done. There are a whole pile of KPIs that we said we're going to get through. We've gotten through nearly 90% of them. The last 2 are the most difficult, the most time-consuming. We have been in a continual due diligence process now for nearly 3 months, nearly, I'd say 4 months, where we're dealing with several parties on due diligence in different ways. And that is that we're dealing with them on medium, long-term funding, project financing, and a strategic partner. And that due diligence process is in different stages, but a couple of them are coming to the end of it now.
That's wonderful. You had an announcement last week it's quite telling that you've appointed Barrenjoey. How close are we to getting this big strategic partner relationship working with us and the funding locked in?
Yeah, the appointment of Barrenjoey is a major step forward for us. And the reason for that is that a company like Barrenjoey is so well known within the Australian market and the international market. Barrenjoey equally have done their due diligence on us and are comfortable with both the company and the project. We had not appointed Barrenjoey to go find us a strategic partner. We have been doing due diligence on legal, finance, engineering, government, FIRB. There's a whole range of things. And what became very clear to us was when we're dealing with major law firms, major accounting firms, major finance groups and banks on the buy side, that we needed expertise on our side. And Barrenjoey provide that to us now. And as we said in that announcement, they're complementary to our skill set, and that is that we have the engineering and the insight on the project issues sorted out within the company. But Barrenjoey's expertise is invaluable to us, and they've been working with us now since the announcement in that process. So, we're really excited about the fact we've got them. It gives us credibility, I might add, when we're dealing with some of the big boys out there, that we have someone as good, as well known as Barrenjoey working with us. I can't answer the question. I can't say from a disclosure point of view too much more than the fact that we do not appoint them to go and find us a strategic partner. They're working with us with the groups that we're doing due diligence with. And I can't say a lot more than that right now. Hopefully, in the near future, I'll be able to make it very clear what's happened. But their appointment is significant to this company.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Pardon me, sorry?
It's not only significant at the company, it's significant at the processes that we're working through. So it's been fabulous to have them on board.
Okay, that Barrenjoey, it's really exciting, Justin. Obviously, you've got a lot of people in the room and a lot of money sitting in the room to fund this project, which they've been doing the DD on. With the state of the current market, with banks failing, is there any chance of the money leaving the room, or do you think it's pretty much secured in?
Timing's everything in these projects. I guess when you've been going for 3 or 4 years on this particular project, you're going to go through periods of time where there are crises in the market, whether it's a banking crisis or the COVID crisis. They're always out there. Right now, we're in this danger zone where a lot of the banks are getting nervous. A lot of the investors are getting nervous because everyone's sitting back watching what's happening with the banks in America and Europe. We're pretty comfortable on this, that this will not impact on what we're doing. And one of the reasons for that is that, I was joking with someone in the company the other day, the 2 areas I would like to be in if I was, looking for finance and project finance was in defence and in food. We're in food. Everyone needs it. It's a strategic investment. It's a strategic project. All countries have now got food as a sovereign risk and are making sure that they have enough food. One of the ways to do that is to guarantee you've got the fertiliser to keep your crops up, to actually magnify everything you're doing on those crops. So we're pretty comfortable. We've certainly seen no pushback in the last week at all with the nervousness in the markets. And we're dealing with big groups, so and they know their own position, so they're not so worried at the moment. But that's the very first thing you look at when the markets start getting very nervous like this. How's that going to impact on your project? We don't believe it'll impact on us at all.
That's great. Thank you for your time this morning, Justin. Just one last thing. With your BFS and FID, is that all still on track as well?
Well, we're actually up in Korea this week, right, with Dale M going through the feed and looking at capital optimization within the feed and the BFS. They are, I have to say, the Koreans have been struggling over 2 issues at the moment, and that is that engineering costs have gone up. That's fine. We accept that. That was built into the original costings in this project. One of their concerns has been, and they're working with a lot of Australian companies at the moment to resolve it, is where do we get our people from for the project in Australia? Employment is becoming a major issue, and they are working through that. I don't expect it'll delay us much longer, but until they resolve that issue, we can't finish BFS and we can't get the final costings. Labour costs are going up. How much they're going up, it's hard to predict. But we're on track with feed, we're on track with BFS.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Justin. Maybe obviously Barrenjoey, it looks like there's a potential deal very soon. So it's very exciting times. It's obviously everyone's been very patient, but we're all looking for something in the near future. Where we'll do another interview with you. But I'll be closely watching the ASX for a trading halt announcement and hopefully see some good news.
Oh, keep watching, Sean. I'd look forward to it actually happening. One of the things I can say is that no parties have walked away from the due diligence process. Anyone that started is still there. It's a lengthy process, but no one has walked away. Everyone's very comfortable with the process, and we will get there.
That's fantastic. Well, I've been buying some more shares recently, personally. Bought another 600,000 shares, so we're still very supportive of Justin. I wish the share price would go up, which hopefully it will soon, from what you're saying.
It has to, it's very dangerous to comment on share price. One of the issues when we did the offtake agreement was that you believe that such a substantial agreement worth, billions of dollars would have a major impact on your price. That wasn't the case. That's all right. We have to swallow our pride, roll up our sleeves and even work harder to get this through. I'm pretty comfortable that, when we finish the strategic partnership and when we're actually able to go to the market and explain to them what it is, that we should get rewarded in our price. But as I said, it's always dangerous to comment on price.
Right, well, look forward to that announcement, Justin. Thank you again so much. Looking forward to meeting with you very shortly.
Okay, thanks for that, Sean, and speak soon.
Thanks, mate.